Grawin?
Grawin. That's it. Yep.
Okay.
In the bush.
Yeah. Okay, first off, just your name and how long have you been living here?
Yeah, Mick Davis, living here full time, 2.5 years, but been involved for 30 years up here. Yeah.
How did you end up here? Just out of interest, because you've told me you've done a lot of interesting things, which is fascinating. From teaching rock and roll to some of the other things, roo shooting.
Oh yeah, yeah. Been single most of my life. Couldn't do what I needed to do if I was married. It wouldn't happen. So, you know. But yeah, I come up here one time. A friend had of mine, and I always believed if you were meant to go underground, you'd have buck teeth and long ears. But anyway, went down, and yeah, 20 minutes later, I found a bit and got the bug, and tried to do it in between a full-time job, like moving houses and that, and just never had time. And sat on it, kept the mine, and finally retired and got up here and decided, no, it's time to do it. Yeah.
Let's talk about moving houses, because I saw this in Lismore now. They're selling all the houses off for $1, a couple of dollars. What's it like moving a house? Because to me, it looks mental.
Yeah, a lot of foreplanning in it. You've got to go and look at the job, and it might take you 3 days to do a quote. You have to drive the route to see whether you can physically get it there, how many pieces you've got to cut it into, and to what degree they want it back together, whether they just want the main frame and the floor back together, or they want it livable, which is a big expense.
How was some of the distance?
Hardest ones is the traffic, because the people on the roads have just got no idea and terribly impatient. That's why I would be the only one that'd drive the truck. I had escort people as well. But yeah, it was some really scary times. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I was drained once each half when I come back to round the Coonabarabran area. I'd have to have 2 or 3 days off to get over the stress of it, and then turn around and go and get the other piece. Yeah, so it was it was a challenge. Yeah.
And with the roo shooting, because you can't talk about stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But you're making a living doing that? Or
yeah, make it full-time living.
And how long were you doing that for?
Probably about 4 years. Pigs and roos, but at the same time I used to do mustering on horseback.
Wow.
That was in between. That was always been a love of the horses.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I'd rock up to the chillers and I'd have a ton on the back of the truck.
Wow.
Between pigs and roos, and a lot of it went to human consumption overseas at the time.
Wow, so they sold our kangaroo meat and our pig meat overseas?
Yep.
So the Aussies wouldn't eat it overseas. Where overseas? Indonesia?
No, mainly Germany, European countries over there, which they do chase the wild boars and that over there.
Wow.
But anyway, it all died off between.
Yeah.
But when I did it, at the stage we could sell foxes too, and they were good money. But of course, we got the animal liverers in, and they got against furs and all the rest of it. So that killed that market.
And what, you were paid per pelt to buy the thing?
Per pelt. The pelts were graded in. There was about 10 different grades, and the top grade. I'm sort of going back in 85, 86. Then the top pelt back then would be worth $50.
$50 then?
Yeah, then.
What was that? What would be a top pelt? Like a really red fox?
Yeah, really red. Got to get the best pelt. but in May they start to mate. And when they start to mate, they tend to bite each other on the back of the rump. And of course it breaks the hair and you lose your quality of hide then.
So in the winter they've got thicker coats then for the
Yeah,
cold.
a lot thicker, a lot better. And summertime, very thin. You don't even touch them in the summertime. You leave them till the winter.
Because I notice we see a lot of foxes, but most of them here are orange and rusty. But we have seen occasionally.
Yeah. They do in the snow country up there. You'll get the best pelts, but that's going back a long time now.
Yeah. So you've lived a life sort of interesting. It's totally Australian. Roost shooting, moving houses, and so what have you seen from when you were young to how Australia has changed to now?
Yeah, can't believe it's got this bad. Yeah, back in the day where, well, I was born and bred on a farm, and you'd never lock the doors. And if a neighbour was going past, if you weren't home, they'd call in and leave a note on the table. And nowadays, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just changed so much. And if anyone had broke down in a vehicle, they'd have 2 or 3 people stop and help. But it just doesn't happen anymore. It's changed so much. Yeah.
And here they've got regulation coming to here now, this town that was Kelly was telling us, where basically, because most of these are like mining leases,
Yeah.
and you guys seem to be left alone,
Yeah.
but now they seem to be coming after you.
They are. See, I've had my residential claim for coming up 23 years.
So what does that mean to the average Australian? It means you can
I'm
mine
allowed-
and you're allowed to live on it.
I'm allowed to live on it. That's where it first started. Then they changed it so you had to mine it, otherwise you couldn't keep it, which is just bending the rules to suit themselves. Then they've changed it now to the state where it's an ordinary mining claim. And they tell us, yeah, but on our paperwork on the computer it's got residential written on it. But it's funny that, because one hit of the button and it's gone. A bit like I've managed to keep the proof of all the years that has been a residential claim. I don't know whether we're going to be able to turn it to come back to it.
What do you think's the purpose behind it? They want you guys gone, or they just can't stop regulating everything?
It's control. Yeah. And of course, we're rednecks. They don't like us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
When you're defining a redneck now, you're really just defining someone who wants to think for themselves and walk to the beat of your own drum.
Yeah, totally. Just, be left alone and do our own thing. We just don't like being told how to live our life. We just want to do it our way and take our time and live in the bush. Yeah.
Well, how about the last 5 years? They upped the control. Vaccinating the community and ostracising people who wouldn't comply. It really has changed Australia. People don't want to talk about it, but it has. How have you seen the effects even around here and say Lightning Ridge and stuff?
Around here I've noticed that there is people that are absolutely, completely all for it and can't see what's happened. Some of us that have chose not to go down that road, we get ostracised a little bit, but at the end of the day, the writing's on the wall. Like, the damage is there and people can't see it. Because I used to bend over backwards to try and change everybody and point out what's going on, and get told you're crazy. But anyway, the proof's there. But I actually had to stop trying to talk to people because it was actually getting me down.
Yeah.
And in the finish, I thought, well, if you're not going to listen by now, well, you're on your own. I can't do it for you. Yeah.
Well, why do you think it is that we have two races of people now? One that sees reality one way, like our way, and another mob that sees reality completely different, like we're crazy. But to be honest, we're sitting there going, well, actually, we think you're crazy. You're taking 10 jabs for something that's not even as dangerous as the flu.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has got to do with us older people that's seen hard times and really done it tough, and we don't rely on the government, and we've learnt that a lot of what they tell you is not quite true. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. So,
What do you see going forward for our country? What is your feeling or instincts, or just even rationale things going to happen to us?
my biggest worry, the digital ID is going to be the way into total control. That's where they're heading. Mass immigration is a major, major problem, mainly because the people aren't vetted before they come here, and their ideology is just totally different to our way of life, and they won't assimilate. So, yeah, it's not looking good.
Well, if they come in with a huge tribe of themselves, they don't have to assimilate because they've come with their tribe.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's true. But see, I grew up as a young fella in the Shepparton area where we did have a lot of and Greeks and Macedonians and a lot of European ones that come, but they worked and they bettered themselves and they created work and jobs, and it was great. There's no hassle. But yeah, when they sit there and live off the government, that's not such a good thing.
Other question, when you're out here, how do you deal with the heat? I mean, I've heard it gets up to 50 here. Are you taken off by then, or have you actually experienced that?
No, I stay, yeah.
And what is that like to have 50 or
Sometimes we might get 10 days at over 45, up to 48, 49 in that. When it gets that hot, it just doesn't matter, but yeah, I have got a split system and a little generator. Yeah, one year I did it, well, one summer without, but yeah, I lost a lot of weight. Drive past and they can't see it, but that's all there if you want to look. Yeah.
I also noticed lots of goats around.
Oh, yeah, feral goats, feral pigs. We had a feral cow hanging around for a while, but
What, he escaped and he's...
no, someone brought it up as a pet calf, and it went around and wrecked everybody's veggie garden. Visited me 4 times, but yeah, I think he might have been eaten by now.
Now, the other thing too, we've heard there's people here that sort of just want to hide out from society. They want a new life or something. There's a lot of people have come up here to get rid of it, get away from the COVID stuff. But Gary was telling me that you basically self-police up here. So you're actually working as a community. And so, is there much thievery or anything like this?
It does happen every now and again, but we all look out for each other, with a very close eye. If somebody's on somebody's claim that we know is not meant to be there, yeah, well, we deal with it or tell them, and organise it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, but yeah, it's a pretty good life.
After your brother died, you didn't have to bother with me. I'd fucked up again until every bridge should have been in flames. But as I was packing up what little remained, the phone rang and it was you. And although you never spoke the actual words, what you said to me was, Michael, always believe in love. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. I watched you walk down my streets together, you in the front. Your boy, sorting the shopping, whispering, we're singing. Your voices were all small and out of time. Still we pressed record and held up our candle phones, for despite the flames of our burning world, we could all hear the angels singing. Oh, Michael. 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 Always believe in love. We're alone and lost somewhere on Facebook. There's a gorilla loving a fallen human child, and we're all wrestling with shadows while wondering if inside the dark we will finally find the flower that perpetually grows. Oh, Michael, in that garden our gods call. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael.